All right, welcome everybody for the PCDC ACC League, and we're here at Kyalami for round 4 of our league. Directing and commentary today will be myself, Son of Stuffmail, and to join me today we have Pedro Diaz.
Hey everyone.
So before we go into qualifying, a quick look at how our track looks for today. So we're at the Kyalami Grand Prix circuit, of course. We are in Midrand, South Africa. The track is has 16 turns. Is about 4.529 kilometers long and 2.814 freedom units long. The race format for today, we'll be having a 60-minute warm-up, which is coming to a close. 15-minute qualifying after that, and then we have a 60-minute sprint race. The drivers will have one mandatory pit stop, fuel is optional, and tires are mandatory. We'll be having a rolling start. And before qualifying here, we'll take a look at the championship standings. So for our championship standings, we take a look at the top here. We have Vincent Erbrich in first. Unfortunately, we got the message today from Vincent that he will not be competing this season anymore due to the fact that he's competing in another league. So that is a shame because he was in the lead with about 20 points there. In second, we have Marcus Lawrence with 58 points. In third, we have Benny Benzel with 29 points. We have Denasi in fourth with 27 points. Arnsman in 5th, Wansink in 6th, Lee Taylor in 7th, Layson in 8th, Njergesh in 9th, Stuffer in 10th, Falkenberg 11th, Daniels, then we have Van den Hudding, Springer in 14th, Hurst in 15th, Errol in 16th, then Short in 17th, Hawa in 18th, 19th we have Domi Person, then we have Gior Pribio in 20th, De Knecht in 21st, Puck 22nd, Parnell 23rd, then Dealey, Martins, Ford, Fretwell, Knuckle, Phillips, and Thurston. You can see now that Lawrence has a 19-point lead over third and Benzel, and well, a lot is going to depend on the results of today of how it shapes up to be a champion fight this season. Of course, we still have 4 rounds after this one, so everything's to play for, except especially in this top 15 here. Let's also take a look at the team standings. So in first we have Sven Racing with 87 points, then we have Prairie Racing in second with 81, then AOSP with 36, Finala with 32, Miss Apex with 27, ARC Motorsport with 25, Benny the Bentley in 7th with 22 points, then Lexus Race, then H7K Racing, then Cruising Waffle Racing, Mad Macalaz Racing, Team Lord Have Mercy, Boris the Bentley, Team Fordzilla and Co, and Verslas Racing to round off the team standings. And with that being said, we should be heading into qualifying fairly soon. So what do you think of the track today, Pedro?
A very usual track, and it's not in a lot of simulators. I think this is only the one that I know. For me, it seems very similar to Imola, with high curves and the way that some turns are. I think like Imola produces very close racing in GT3, so it might be actually a good race if there are some close specs.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's very much it's a very fast track. Not a lot of drivers have to slow down for. Sometimes a lot of the middle sector is just a couple of dabs on the brakes. Just very fast corners overall, and I think we'll definitely see some very close fights here. So here we go, we're heading straight into qualifying. Look here if I can get it up. There we go. So everyone will be heading out of the pits here to get that fast start, and I have no doubt Marcus Lawrence will be one of the drivers to set the benchmark, I guess. We also had in the practice I saw Layson was only about a 10th off of him, so maybe he can give him a good run for the money today. As we see Lawrence coming here, of course it's gonna be a night race, so visually quite appealing. I hope it comes across decent on Twitch as well. Of course, we'll the start-finish straight of Kyalami also very long, very wide, so a lot of opportunity for people to overtake, and I think into turn 1 especially today we'll see quite a bit of stuff happening there. So we still have our drivers just making their way out and coming down the I guess what you could call the back straight, trying to get some heat into those tires. Obviously, we're hoping that most of our drivers have had some practice in the night and have been sure to put their tire pressures up to the right pressure, because else they'll struggle. So let's...
Yep. And especially for the ones that don't know the track, driving on the night, it's probably not the best.
Yeah, so we are on board here with Marcus Lawrence. See what kind of time he can pump out here. Good time to see the track as well. So going into turn 1, then we have a fast right-hander leading into medium-sized braking zone. Still quite fast. And then we go into this long sweeping right-hander, which requires very little braking. But you have to get the braking right just to get that nice run through the corner. Then we have another fast left-hander, like the first one we had, pretty much. For this, now we go into the S section. Also very tricky. You can mount the curves, but they can also spew you out. Then we go into a hairpin kind of corner, which is quite forgiving in terms of lines, so you can run quite some separate lines. Then we go downhill, a very fast section here, going into a really heavy braking zone. Again, mount the curb there. Looking like a really good lap so far. And then we have the corner of death pretty much with that sausage curb on the right. You hit that, your lap is done. So Arnsman sets the benchmark there at 141.7. See if Lawrence improves on that. I guess not. I guess he invalidated his lap somewhere. So as for now, we have Thomas Arnsman in the Aston. That is in first there. We have in the meanwhile, we have Benny Benzel setting a time in the AMG. 3/10 off, Kessel 4/10 off, Pudding half a second, Hawa as the number of the beast. Oh, as we see Layson as well, one of their co-commentators here, who's racing, is only about 1200s off, so that is already insanely close.
Hersman though was 7/10 off and 7/10 up, and but now he lost it on the middle sector, on the S section. I think it's where people are struggling. It seems the most tech.
Yeah, the middle sector is very tricky because you have all those curbs, especially in the S's and stuff, and you don't get your line right and hit a curb wrong, you can mess up your lap. You can lose instantly about 3 or 4 tenths. Let's see here. Let's take a look here at Hawa in the Ferrari from AOSP. He's about half a second up, so looking good. And going into that heavy braking zone after the downhill section. Definitely looking to improve his time here if he can take this previous to last corner. Good, nice. See if he can hook up the last corner here. Oh, this is looking very good for Hawa. He's gonna make a massive improvements here. There we go, Hawa up to 4th. In the meanwhile, we did have Marcus Lawrence improve his, well, set his initial time, which is a 41.5. Not shabby.
Yeah, but I think Erzman has something in his pocket, because I'm seeing like his first sector being very strong. He's not capable of, or he's just probably too nervous of continuing that run throughout the lap.
Yeah, it seems like he can't quite get like the whole lap together. He's just
Yeah, because like at the end of the first sector, he's 0.7 seconds up, which is like a lot, and he just did like 3 or 4 turns, and 0.7 seconds off of his time, it's already almost into the 40s.
Yeah.
So either Lawrence has to take 0.5 seconds of his time too, or Arsman can be a very good contestant to Lawrence.
Yeah, also interesting here, if we take a look at who's in 4th right now, Nick Dealey. I've had him on the screen for a while here, but his time is going to be very close to that of Lawrence if he can hook up the lap here in the last sector. It's slightly wide there, a touch of the grass, but nothing too bad. Lost a little bit of time through that fast right-hander there. Let's see if he hooks up that last corner. No, not quite. It's going to be an improvement nonetheless. Let's see where he ends up here. Ooh, 2nd place. The 600ths there off at the time of Lawrence, so really good by Nick Daly there. I think one of the... Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I think 141.5 is very beatable. People are just getting used to the track.
Yeah, from what I've remembered, I've seen in practice sessions during the day, I've seen faster times than this. So during the night, these guys should definitely be able to beat those times. I think I've seen low 41s. I think we even had someone post a high 40. I'm not sure about that, but low 41s are definitely possible. We've seen that before.
Shout out to H7K. It's on the chat.
Yeah. Here in the meanwhile, our top 10 right now is looking pretty interesting. Actually, we've had a big improvement from Robert Jan de Jong, who's gone up into 3rd place. Less than 2 tenths behind our leader Lawrence, so very nice from de Jong. Also have someone else improving here, Ruben van den Hudding in the Porsche. Or the Porsche.
Okay, Arsman just did the S's and he kept a 0.5 second lead.
Oh yeah, that could be interesting.
So I think if he maintains this delta, he can be 1st place.
Oh, Lawrence now, as we mentioned it, Lawrence just improves his time there. So did a 41.25, which solidifies his P1 a bit more, but Arnsman here is on a tear here, and he's looking to maybe even knock Lawrence off of that pole position. He gets. Oh, that's not the perfect run out of the last corner, but let's see where he ends up. Oh, very close on our Arnsman. That is going to be interesting to see what happens between those two during the race.
Yeah, I think 1:40.9 it's going to be the pole time, or like the time that everyone has to beat.
For sure, as we actually let's keep it going here with Arnsman, because again he's up with his delta. Could again see another improvement here, but he's gonna have to work hard for it. And through that S section. Looking good, but I don't think quite good enough to improve this lap. Take a look at someone else here, Ruben van den Hudding. Again, in the Porsche. He's about 3/10 up. Oh, as he has a little drift there. Through the S section, loses a lot of time. Actually lost all of his time. So that's a shame. A bit further down the grid in 20th position, we have Fretwell.
Fretwell is going to climb some, I think, 3 positions if he keeps up his delta.
Yeah, for sure. If he, well, up from P13 to 16, it's all very close. So if he can just hook up the last sector, he could have a shot at being near the top 10.
Oh, and Erzman just got into P1, but just by 10s.
So here, we'll take a look at that right away.
0.01.
No,
do I believe?
Rubik's, unfortunately, I can't show the relative, or the delta. Sorry, I can't show it live to you. That's just on our little program we have here. We can see the deltas.
Between.
Going on board here with Layson, he's also in for a good improvement here. Might actually see him go up into P3 if he keeps this lap together. Looking very good also through that last sector there. Gonna hit the sausage curb of death. No, he won't. 3/10 up now. He has to hook up the last corner. Decent exit. Let's see where this moves him up into. Oh yeah, P3 for Layson. Man, it's looking close.
Very good job, actually. I think that everyone that exits the pit now can do a lap. So right now, everyone that is on track is on his last quali run.
Yep, exactly. Let's see here.
Or out lap to a quali run.
Take a look here at Robert Jan de Jong, but he's actually gonna get held up here by another qualifier. I'll lose a lot of time there. Yeah, that's not ideal. But he will have enough time to get one more lap in if he wants to. In the meanwhile, we've also had Rabi Hawa move up into P5. Dealey is down to P6 after initially setting a very good lap there.
Yeah, so Arsman pitted, so he can't improve. Lawrence is on his lap. Leishon is on his lap too. Oh, and this spun, so I don't believe he can improve. Oh, I think he actually can. He has for
So as we qualifying come to an end. Not too much improvements we'll see anymore, I think. So far, Marcus Lawrence about a 10th down on his best time. So I don't think we'll see him improve unless he pulls out something in the last sector. Couple improving here. Let's go a bit more to the back of the field. Maurice Stufford's gonna improve by a second. That'll move him up into P9. Very nice. Gained about I think more than 10 positions there, so good on him. A lot of people have already come across the line. Benny Benzel here coming through the last sector. He's going to improve by about 2/10 if he keeps it together, which will be actually quite a massive gain in positions. 3/10 now. Let's see where he ends up. P7, not too bad, not too bad. Anyone else that's up on their time? The Nacy here, coming across the last corner, 3/10 up. Where that puts him.
I actually saw someone improving, but I think he only climbed one position.
Yeah, so the Nacy there in 9.
Forgot.
We will be back in about 5 or so minutes for our race start. And we hope to see you there. Be back in a bit. Alright, welcome back everybody. We're here for the grid rundown. So our drivers have just started the formation lap, and we'll give you a short oversight here of how the grid lines up. So in P1 we have Thomas Arnsman with a really solid lap, and then right behind him is Marcus Lawrence. In third we have Joshua Layson, and in fourth we have De Jong. In fifth we have Wansing. Then we have Hawa in sixth. And in seventh we have Benzo. In eighth we have Dealey in the Lambo. Then we have Danese in the Ferrari in ninth, right behind him. And then we have Ryan Daniels in 10th.
And then in 11th we have Stuffer. In 12th we have Foog. In 13th we have Whip. In 14th we have Jean Stephenson. In 15th we have Friedrich. I always hate the names. In 16th we have Valkenburg. In 17th we have Van den Hudding. In 19th we have Kessel. In 19th we have Hainan Kari. In 20th we have Fredwell.
Alright, and then in 21st we have John Ford. In 22nd we have Harvey. Jasper Smelt in 23rd. 24th we have Howard. 25th we have Njergish. 26th we have Elmes. Then in 27th we have our old-timer Peter Parnell. In 28th we have Braukhoff. In 29th we have Persson. In 30th we have Knuckle. Then we have Tuck in 31st. Levens Martins in 32nd. Fassbender in 33rd. Then we have Daniel Clark in 34th, who didn't manage to make it to the grid, so I assume he's gonna start from the pits. So we'll see here.
Yeah. By the way, just to say that Husky has one more season of practice than me on the grid rundown.
Yeah.
That's why he knows the names.
Yeah, Pedro is he's just a poor Portuguese boy, and unfortunately they don't learn how to read in Portugal until they're 12 years old, so... Okay.
Not bad for a number 2 commentator. I'm about this.
Alright, so the grid is lining up here for round 4 at Kyalami here. So green light for round 4 at Kyalami for the PCDC ACC League. Arnsman gets a horrible start, and Marcus Lawrence actually goes into first. Marcus Lawrence.
Yeah, that was so weird. I even seemed like Lawrence was like first place.
Yeah, we have a battle there for 4th with De Jong and Wansink, I believe, but Lawrence now has a bit of a clean run as Arnsman and I believe Layson are fighting for a position there. So hopefully everyone will kind of follow suit and not let Lawrence get away, because he'll have a good run here. Seems like everyone got a fairly clean start. Take a look down further again as we see Stuffer here in 10th. Everyone following nice in shape. No big accidents, I believe, which is good to see on the race start. Definitely not bad. Definitely one of the more cinematic races we'll see this year when with the night, and if people run down the hill you'll see the city in the background. Oh, as we are coming into Sector 3 here, we have Lawrence coming up to this, not the chicane of death, but the corner of death. And then we go into the last corner, but I think Arnsman is definitely not gonna let Lawrence get away here.
I think we have a battle for P10 right now. happening. We have some close people, but because it's such a fast track, I think people are just going to let the race stretch up a little bit before starting to make moves.
Yeah, exactly. It's also not that easy to overtake on this track. Again, it's very fast, so you'll generally only see people overtake when others take a really bad line or mess up their braking a little bit. Take a look here. We do have a bit of a train going on here. Look at that. A lot of battles going on here. We have Andy Howard on our screen. Yeah.
Oh, someone crashed in P8, I believe. Yes. So Lars Fuchs, the number 132.
See if we can take a quick look at the replay, if we can see anything of what happened. So going into this fast right-hander, Fuchs gets a bit of the grass there. Nothing's wrong so far.
Yeah, it was into the fast left.
Oh yeah, so on the fast left-hander he just ran wide a little bit onto the grass, but actually recovers quite well. Didn't hit anything, so just some dirty tires for him. But that's great to see.
Yeah, I think he's on quite a lot of positions, I believe.
Take a look here. We have Domi Person together with that Andy Howard. Yes, so Domi Person goes through into P18 actually in front of Howard as we come into the last corner, and I think we actually saw Fassbender there try a move. Wow, there's a lot of battling going on right now. So Flo broke off in the slipstream of Andy Howard. Going into T1, we have a very long run, and then into an uphill braking zone. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Coda, this turn one. Only a little bit less sharp.
And the second to last, no, the third to last turn, it reminds me of that turn before the big straight on Kota 2, the wide hairpin, which is more or less like 90 degrees, but it seems like a 180.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so, Rubix. Not that far back, but he probably had some problems.
Yeah, looking at Whip, he does seem to have a bit of damage on the back of his Bentley and on the front as well, so maybe he got caught up into something at the race start, but
yeah, but it didn't qualify that well, I believe.
Yeah. Sure, we might be able to grab him for an interview later on, perhaps. Here as we
I'm seeing a battle on track for P23. It's the closest that I can see right now.
Right, so actually P23 Fassbender against Dealey, and I believe Dealey was Dealey qualified in 6th or something, so he must have had a terrible start. I think he was in the top 10 at least, so
Yeah, actually you were right. Because it was into the 41s in quali.
Now he gets that move done on Fassbender there, so definitely looks like Dealey has a lot of pace here, but something must have gone wrong on his race start there. We have let's see there, Andy Howard in front of him, which he's probably going to make the next move on here on the inside. What is Howard going to do? Howard just lets it happen. He's not willing to fight it that much this early into the race. But Dealey definitely moving up again, but not a great start for him. And we have a battle here between Flau Brokoff and Johan Flipsen. Flau actually runs over the curb there a little bit and loses out in that battle. And we have Lars Fuchs here with Maurice Stuffer. Going into the Sector 3 here. Stuffer is right on the back of him. fighting for P9 here, going into that last corner.
Yeah, Leishon was close to Robert Jung, but he rode the curve of death and was sent to Narnia.
Yeah.
So now he's on P5. He lost the position. But the pace is actually slower than
So Anamera here with a little bit of trivia, I guess. He says the track is pronounced Kyalami, and in Zulu it means my home, and it's the home of motorsports in South Africa. So that is nice to get that that information from someone who's acquainted with the track in Anamera. So thank you for that. See here if we have any more battles. I already see there's a couple of people in the pit. Being Levens Martin, I think he gave up. Looks like Benny Benzel also retired, so he started in P3 or P4, I believe. And Balint Nergesh, he's also in the pit, but still going, so that's good to see.
By the way, Animera, I'm the number 2 commentator, so I'm allowed to murder that name. I can say Kyalami, whatever. I'm the French guy from Eurosport.
Oh, Maurice Stuffer.
Oh, yeah. I was actually seeing that battle too.
Yeah, so Maurice runs over that sausage curb, and that is the sausage curb that sends you to Narnia. So he's definitely gonna have a bad time, and that might have actually damaged his floor on his car, so that's not great.
So for the one for Gan R18 chat, that what happened to Leishon was exactly that. He rode that curve and did that.
Yeah, it was basically a copycat move of that one.
So he fall back down from P4, I believe.
Yeah, now
to P5.
Now he's under attack as well from John Ford, it seems. So Stuffer is definitely gonna have picked some damage up in that. There's no way he didn't from hitting that. John Ford right up the back of him, just ready to pounce.
And they seem to be very similar on pace too.
Actually, let's go a bit more to the front here, because I think Lawrence is slowly starting to get under attack from Arnsman here. The battle of the lead. Heading into Sector 3. Last lap for Arnsman was a 42 flat, and Lawrence has did a 42, so Arnsman definitely looking for a way through here.
Yeah, and things are heating up too behind them for a battle for P4. We have 3 cars fighting for that position. It's getting interesting.
Yeah, definitely we see some drivers that just need a little bit more time to get in the groove after the start of the race, and they're really starting to show pace now, like Arnsman and Robert Jan de Jong.
Yeah, Zhang de Jong is not doing a bad job. He's actually on the same pace as P2, the South Korean. He's not South Korean, but his name is.
Yeah, he's Somalian. But let's see, actually here, no, that's not a battle that's going on. They're just quite close. John Ford here as well got past Maurice Stuffer, so John Ford up into P11. Definitely interesting. Here, Wansing definitely holding up the likes of Layson and Hawa here a bit, I think. So I think they'll be looking to get a way past.
I was actually saying that too. tougher got passed by John Ford. I think the floor damage actually hit him hard.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can keep up. He's not doing bad times. Oh! Yeah, he crashed again on the same turn.
Yeah, that's not gonna be that's not gonna be great for Stuffer then, because the first time you might get away with it, but the second time you're definitely gonna have damage on your car. But again, the battle for P1 keeps going. We haven't seen Arnsman making a move yet, but he's definitely hunting Lawrence here. He actually runs a bit wide.
Yeah, he's having understeer. It's not the first time that I see having understeer behind Lawrence.
Yeah, especially on a fast track like that. The dirty air is gonna come into play quite a bit, so might be tough for Arnsman to get past. Actually gets a really good run out of the hairpin there, or so it seemed. But a lot of this track depends on the last sector, because that curb of death can really mess you up, and if anyone makes a mistake there, they're pretty much guaranteed to lose their position.
Mm-hmm. I think Vincent, Vincent, who is on P1 in the standings, said last race that actually Dunstan was very good on fast speed tracks. Not like ice top speed. I mean high speed corners.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure how the Yassen performs there, but I know it is probably Arnsman is probably gonna be faster if he managed to get past Lawrence. I'm sure it's gonna be harder for Lawrence to stay behind him than it's for Arnsman to stay behind Lawrence.
Because he actually said, I remember he said that he had setup problems. He thought that he had problems with setups because of the way that the wing works on the Aston compared to the other cars. So.
And meanwhile, we still have a battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th between Layson, OneSync, and Hawa. They've all been running close together, and again, I think OneSync just is losing a bit of pace here to the guys in front, and Layson just a tad faster, but hasn't found a way past yet.
P23, a battle for P23 too. Even though Andy Howard has a little bit of damage, Flo seems to be slower. Actually, where is I'd like to know where is
Lil Brokov actually made a bit of a mistake there through the S's. He ran a bit wide, so gonna actually give the opportunity here for Andy Howard to make a move around the outside. Just as they now go down the hill, surely Howard will have a better run here. Wonder if he's gonna pull alongside. Maybe he'll try something under the braking. No, but Flo covers off the inside. Howard will surely have a better run here. Not quite. Past the curve of death. Oh, Braukov a bit wide. And gives Howard the gonna do the cutback here. Very nice move from Howard.
Oh, yeah. Actually, very nice.
See now, as well as they go into turn 1, if Howard will go defensive, I think he will have liked to.
Oh, and Harvey goes for a 2 kill.
Yeah, Harvey, a really nice move.
For a double kill.
Up into T1, caught them both under braking, so a very nice move from Harvey there.
Delivery is awesome.
For the battle for P15 here between Person, Flipson, and Dealey is also heating up. And Dealey actually running a tiny bit wide there, allows Flipson to come alongside. As we go up into that uphill hairpin.
Dealey actually did a great job. He was P27? 23, something like that. He's already on 17.
Yeah, again, I think Dealey was the one that was in the top 10 originally. Oh, he's actually gonna make a very tight move there on Person, but Person does a cutback and they're still side by side here through sector 3, but Dealey gets the best of him.
Yeah, he did the Ricciardo.
Yeah, so far we've seen quite a bit of good moves here being pulled off. We have a battle for P6 also, I believe, between Hawa and OneSync. OneSync actually now has dropped back quite a bit. I believe he was at the front of the train, but Layson has picked up the pace, gotten past OneSync, and is now probably looking to charge towards Robert Jan de Jong if he can.
I don't think he actually, Layson, has the pace, but he has more pace than P5 and P6, so Hawa and OneSync for sure. I don't know if they were battling the last lap. So, for sure, Layson can be on a island where Robert is faster and these two drivers are slower.
Yeah, also a good point mentioned by Rubix in the chat is that, you know, some people, it being a night race, might have messed up their tire pressures a bit, so you might see some people actually improving in the second half of the race once they do their tires change. But that's a valid point. Oh, we've had an incident here. I don't know if Domi Person was involved. I think we should probably take a look back at that. So a Domi Person here. Followed by, I think, Flipson.
He has heavy damage on the back.
Flipson. Ooh, someone just, I don't know who that was, just completely outbraked himself into Flipson. Gave him a lot of damage. That is a shame to see. But yeah, that must be a lot of damage for Flipson.
Yeah, he seems to have heavy damage on the back, and he's being overtaken by everyone now.
Yeah, so we have Fretwell now here, who's under attack by Nick Dealey. Again, Nick Dealey started off in a decent qualifying position, must have had a poor start and is now slowly, or actually quite fast, at working his way through the fields. But oh, actually Dealey runs wide there, so it's going to be stuck a little bit longer behind Fretwell.
Tire swap, I believe, is mandatory, right?
Yes, so... Oh, yeah, we see here Lars Fuchs is coming past Flipson. Flipson, I think, has some heavy suspension damage because he's really struggling through the corners. But yes, about the pit stop window. It'll open in 4 minutes, so on minute 25 in the race, it will open. The drivers will have 10 minutes to pit. To make their pit stop, and we'll actually be able to see that if I get the HUD up here. So for anyone that is in the chat, you can see the 1 that is next to everyone's car number. That means that driver has 1 more stop to go. So this time around the pit stops have been fixed, and we can actually, oh, as we see someone in the back there making a mistake. Not sure who that was, but anyway, to continue with that, everyone still has 1 stop to go, and once someone has made their stop, you will see that 1 turn into a green box. And the pit window will last 10 minutes, so about 3 minutes from now it will open, 10 minutes after it will close, and the drivers will have to do their stop in that window. If not, they'll get a drive-through penalty.
And actually, to interrupt you a little, sorry, the Nazi just overtook Frederick for 7th place, and for the ones that like lap times, or we can see that the Nazi is actually faster than P6 and P5, so you can actually catch up to those guys too. So yeah, I actually forgot that the Nazi has always a bad quality, but always does so well on the race. He always never disappoints on the race.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was a great overtake that I don't know if it was on screen or not. It was into a hairpin.
No, unfortunately we didn't catch that,
Overtake
but Fastbender here is under attack from Andy Howard here. P24 and P25. As Howard is looking to the inside, but not gonna work as he runs slightly wide, so Fastbender is safe for now. We have here Jasper Smelt, who's actually being... we have someone run wide. Peter Parnell here actually in 12th position, so the old-timer in the league actually doing really well.
Reynard Carey, I believe, has heavy damage on the back, and he was one of the fast guys that was catching up to the group in front too. I was about to say that he could be actually P4 or P5, and he crashed somehow. I don't know if it was alone or not, but he has some heavy damage on the back.
Yeah, as we're looking at him now, he really has a really heavily damaged car. His rear wing is bent, his front is all smashed up, his window is even smashed, so he'll be looking to get the car to the pit and hopefully get it repaired and salvage something from the race, but that's unfortunate to see from for Rencar here.
They just can't have simple names. Jesus.
Oh, as he completely loses it in the downhill section. It's like he does get it going again, but there is some traffic coming, so hopefully it doesn't hinder anyone. He takes the long way around. That's good.
I think he even has a puncture, so his car is really damaged.
Yeah, we even see the lights flickering sometimes, so he's losing electrical power as well.
He was having a good race actually. He was doing 43s, which is like the pace of more than pace of P10. He can't even turn for the
he's really struggling, but at least he made it back.
Oh, I've seen the chat.
We take a look again here at the front. Lawrence, again, Arnsman still only about 4/10 behind, but now actually right up to the back of Lawrence.
Yeah, Arnsman actually was 2 seconds behind for most of the time that we were actually watching the field, and now he caught back up again. So I don't know if it's like the intention of Arnsman being 2 seconds behind and then attack like in waves, but they are not that far in pace. They are doing the same lap times. Like for example, last lap time of Lawrence was 42.372, and Arsman was 42.381. Sorry. So it's just a difference of 0.01 in terms of lap times. It's amazing.
Yeah, these guys are definitely very closely matched, and unless something goes wrong during the pit stop, which the pit window has opened by now, as you see at the top of the screen, unless something goes wrong for either of these drivers, it should be a battle until the end, I think. And now come up to some lap traffic here.
And it's unfortunate because Howard Jung de Jong is actually doing the pace of neither the front or neither the back of him, so he's just racing alone. Doesn't actually have anyone to battle with because he's doing more or less half a second faster and 0.3 seconds slower than person in front of him. So
Yeah. Maybe, you never know if he gets
oh,
a good pit stop. He could.
Lawrence actually pitted already. It's weird.
Yeah, Lawrence. Well, weird. I guess he just went for the halfway point there. So
Yeah, but usually you want the track position, and Ashman just got the free air right now.
yeah, that might be a poor tactical decision, but we'll see how that plays out. But Arnsman is definitely gonna, I think, capitalize off being in clean air because he was putting some serious pace in.
Yeah, I think Whip is really a Gasly. Oh no, but Whip got bad luck. Bad luck is he has some rear damage.
Yeah, it seems like
So
Whip got a bit unlucky on the start, so that's why he's all the way down. Well, not all the way down there, because he's, in P15 as he now elect to go into the pit. No, not yet.
yeah, yeah. I think he was about to pit, but he saw that the person in front of him was pitting, so he stayed out for the free air.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a bunch of people that pitted. Tuck pitted.
Arnsman is still staying out for the time being, so he has about 2 more laps to get into the pit, 2 to 3 more laps. Don't want to miss the window here.
Yeah, so I believe that so right now Lawrence is in P11 and he's in a bunch of traffic. Yes, blue flags.
Yeah, so this is definitely gonna be the issue here. Marcus Lawrence definitely, he's gonna be stuck in this traffic, and this was probably a poor decision by Lawrence here to make that pit stop. He's definitely gonna lose time here.
Yeah. On Paul Ricard, we actually got my VR is gone, and the car was dead, Rubik. So let's see what Asman has for us. Actually, let me see. So we have an ocean. Yeah, I can only tell you the difference in lap times when Lawrence pits. Nick Daly is on P2 and he starts so far back. It's actually amazing.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Nick.
But he haven't pitted yet, but I believe like with 20 something delta pit stop, it could actually be around P11, P12. Let's see. Arsman pitted, so let's see where he finishes, where he exits in comparison to Lawrence. It's actually doing the NASA turn, and right now the last turn, Arsman is right now exiting the pit stall, and I believe that actually Lawrence is first, even with the traffic.
Oh, okay.
Surprising.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that must have been a bad pit stop for Arnsman there, because you'd expect him to be right up onto the back of Lawrence there, but fair enough.
Let's see if Harsman has something in the bag. And yes, fresher tires, but it's 5-minute fresher tires, so.
Yeah, it seems here that have that much battling going on anymore. I think a lot of people are making their pit stops now. It's gonna be somewhat of the last chance to do it. People don't do it this time. It's gonna be very close.
We have a battle for P. Well, we had a battle for P20, but I believe that actually Jean went away. Oh, he actually went into the grass and lost some of his lead. But I believe that Jean is actually a little bit faster.
Yeah, looks like we have
Jean,
Falkenberg there attacking Fretwell as well, but John is very close on the two of them, so.
Jean is doing 142.9, which is quite fast. Well, they did a 145 now, but 142.9 is like a very good pace. Like top 3 pace, actually. So let's see if we can manage another good lap. Good set of laps. One thing. Oh, actually, everyone is starting to do 42s now. I believe it's the new tires and the low fuel.
Yeah, new tires, low fuel is definitely gonna help these guys. The track is also rubbered in now quite a bit, so that's gonna help. Here, Falkenberg actually is now, he's gotten quite a bad run out of the last corner. Ford is right behind him. But Falkenberg just not able to get past Fretwell, I think, so these guys seem to be somewhat closely matched in pace here.
So you were asking if the track temp is getting aerobics. I actually don't know. It was 30 degrees when the race started, I believe, and it's 3 a.m. 4 a.m.
I think it's
in track.
if I look at the top of my head here, I think it's actually gotten colder. It's gone down to 23 degrees, if I'm not mistaken, the track. So
Yeah,
it should be.
yeah. I believe when it started, or at least on quali, it was 30 degrees. So
Yeah, as we actually now see, we have a fastest lap of the race here posted by Marcus Lawrence at the front. He did a 41.8, and Arnsman only half a tenth behind that with a 41.9. So, well, Lawrence did a 41.850, and Arnsman did
yes,
a 41.900. So.
they're doing their best lap times now, I believe. But still, I think everyone is posting their best lap times now. Like Hawa is posting like some consistent times. Leishan posted his best lap time last lap. Robert Changdejong posted his best time last lap, even though Leishan is actually faster than Robert Changdejong for the first time that I see this race. He has some catching to do. He's 4 seconds behind. It's not a lot, but might have been a wonder lap. I don't know if the Ferrari is actually that much faster than the Bentley.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that. I think the Bentley overall a very good car, and the Ferrari is definitely the harder car to drive. As Arnsman actually getting having a bit of an issue there with Andy Howard. Kind of held him up a little bit there, but Arnsman definitely doing his best to catch up back to Lawrence, but
Yeah, I believe that everyone is just being so much faster. And the sun is rising at 4 a.m. is so weird.
yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't know that at Kyalami that could happen.
I guess that it kind of depends on what
What part of South Africa you are?
yeah, and what time or what season the sim is set in, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I assume it does get light very, very early in Kyalami. Because I believe in South Africa you would only have summer and winter, right? And then winter is not really like cold winter, but like,
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I believe it's like not even that much winter. Actually, don't know a lot about that. But we know that Arsman is 6 seconds behind Lawrence.
Yeah.
And he's not gaining a lot.
I mean, last lap he did gain about a second, but I assume that Lawrence caught a bit of traffic there, so Arnsman will definitely have to go fast.
I think it's just. I think that is just the way that the track is on Delta. So it seems like you will gain or lose that time during the duration of the track, and on the first turn you will lose that second. Is how the track is.
Did have a bit of a battle going on here for P14 and 15 between Domi Person and Kessel, but actually Domi ran a bit wide but still maintained the position. That was interesting to see. He took a bit of a rally cross route there through the grass.
Rubik's would like that. A rallycross master.
We have again Alex Fretwell under attack by Samuel Falkenberg, though. Falkenberg looking just for an opening. But again, Kyalami, quite hard to overtake. Unless the person in front of you makes a bit of a mistake in one of these fast sections. Ooh, as Falkenberg actually looking up the inside there, but nothing to be found. As Fretwell takes the normal turn in. Now heading to the S section, let's see if Fretwell can hook this one up. To do just fine. Falkenberg actually losing a tiny bit of time there.
Yeah, but I think that the Fret will let some bottom down on the entry of the S's.
Oh, I think Falkenberg actually got a good run out of that last corner there down the hill. But he's not going to be quite close enough, I think, to make a move, maybe under braking. But Fretwell gonna defend it. No, he doesn't. But Fretwell runs really wide. Allows Falkenberg get quite a good run. He's right on the back now. But Fretwell. Oh, Fretwell again gets the car a bit loose into the last corner. They'll still go side by side. Falkenberg.
That's not the turn.
Yeah, Falkenberg left a bit too much space there, but he did have quite a good run off of the last corner. So into turn one, he'll probably try something here. He's gonna try around the outside, and John Ford up the inside. Oh, John Ford just breaking himself a little bit there. Yeah, this is definitely interesting. An interesting battle between these two.
Yeah, but I wouldn't let my my enemy or the driver in front get nervous on the NASA turn. Almost took each other out when he tried to overtake.
Yeah, it's Ford just has to be a bit mindful here of the battle going on in front of him and just let these guys fight it out, I think. Of course, if he sees an opportunity, he should take it, but I think Ford might just be slightly slower than the two in front of him. Or maybe he's faster than
Oh,
Fretwell, but not as faster than Falkenberg, but see about that.
I was even talking a little bit before that, but Ford, I think, is just waiting for to this battle to stop. But I think there is a space where Ford can step in now if he wants to. He was faster than both of them last lap, but oh,
Yeah,
back
back
marker.
marker now gets in the way a little bit. That's not ideal. I think because we're in the last 20 minutes here, we're gonna do a onboard lap soon here with our leader Marcus Lawrence. But actually still see that Lawrence is being caught up by Arnsman. Arnsman actually about half a second faster per lap.
This is going to be interesting. He caught up a lot.
Yeah, so right now we'll go for a lap with our leader, Marcus Lawrence. So that was a lap on board with Marcus Lawrence there. Seems like he's quite comfortable in the car, but obviously Arnsman just looking a bit more comfortable on this track because he is catching Lawrence at a really fast rate here, about half a second a lap, so we'll definitely see a battle developing here as you see him there in the background. The Robert de Jong also putting some decent lap times in. Pace is very similar to Lawrence at the moment, so maybe if de Jong can get the two in front of him to fight, Lawrence and Arnsman fight, he might have a good shot of actually catching up to them. If Fretwell here actually still in a battle with Falkenberg, so Falkenberg still hasn't managed to get past here.
Barney in P10 though.
Yeah, that's a definitely a notable mention here. The old timer of the league, Peter Parnell, P10. He'll surely be chuffed that he's up in this position. Get some points for the Bentley team.
Just I mentioned too that the Nazi is doing 42.8 and Wonsing just pitted.
That's strange. So Jordan Wonsink here and P. Oh, so Wonsink has just disconnected. So I don't know what went wrong there, but I'm sure we'll hear about him soon. So meanwhile, that moves the Nazi up into 5th then. Shame for Wonsink because seems like he was running quite well, but I guess something did go wrong there. Anything else going on? Yep.
And
Howard under attack here for P19, I think, by Colin. Oh, who's that? Oh yeah, Colin Tuck actually. Andy Howard also has quite a bit of damage. There you go. 3 wide almost through that corner, it seemed like. Howard actually, oh, he was being lapped by someone there, I think. But Colin Tuck right on the back of him there. Really looking to make a move.
And there are some disqualifications this race, like a lot of crashing, I believe, too. Like Benzel, Martins, Clark. I believe that Clark actually lost the connection. Having Stuffer, Niergish, Phipson. Actually saw him at the beginning of the race. More than usual, I believe. And Wonsing right now.
Yeah, the field is definitely after the pit stop. Actually, Colin Tuck making a move on Andy Howard here, I believe, but can he get it done? Not sure about that. He does. So Andy Howard racing with quite a damaged car, it seems, but he's gonna pull alongside again. Ooh, actually pulls onto the grass there. Bit of an overreaction maybe. But still on the inside of Tuck here as they go side by side again into that fast right-hander. Howard takes the lead again over Tuck. Oh, and he gets a bit loose there, which will allow Tuck again to make a move. But not quite as they go into the S section. Howard actually struggling.
I think Howard is struggling, and Tuck, I think, is just afraid of overtaking right now.
Yeah, definitely a bit of awkwardness and hesitation going on between these drivers here.
Fred? Sorry for interrupting you. For Morgan in chat, Fretwell is in P10. Yes, Barney in front that is a little bit slower than him, but is 5 seconds ahead. And has Ford behind that is a little bit faster than him. And is 2 seconds behind. So you can actually have a battle for in the end. We don't know yet. But I will keep an eye on.
Yeah, so Andy Howard still here on the run to T1 here. Tuck is again up the inside, and will he make the move stick here? I think he will. Does look like it. So Tuck definitely will be trying to hold on to P20 here. Oh, but he runs wide, which again allows Howard to pull alongside. not quite now into the fast right-hander. Surely Tuck should be making use now of his pristine-looking car over the car of Howard. Well, Howard actually a bit of a mistake there, and now will allow Fassbender through as well, perhaps. No, he won't.
And 5 laps till the end, I believe, right now.
Yeah, so we're definitely coming to the closing stages.
I believe it's going to be 35 laps. I'm not sure, it's an estimation. So Harsman has 5 laps to catch up to 3.4 seconds.
Yeah, Arnsman definitely, I think Marcus towards the end here is definitely picking up the pace a little bit with his last lap being only a 10th slower than his best lap. And Arnsman dropping off only slightly, so interesting to see if Arnsman can actually get this done. As we see here in the distance, you see Lawrence there. Arnsman not that far behind, and then a bit further up the road we have Robert Jan de Jong in P3 also doing having a really good race.
Actually, we got a more or less battle for P7, or at least Daly reached P7.
Yeah, we have Friedrich in P7 with Dealey right behind him, so these guys are probably gonna battle for that P7 as well here till the end of the race.
Yeah, that was a recovery drive.
We also still here have Falkenberg and Askessel, and what happened there? I don't know. Oh, that was the back marker behind then, so between Falkenberg and Baskessel in front of him. Also having a battle, it seems, for P12. Again, towards the end here, things are heating up on some parts of the racetrack.
Oh, and Daly is just overtaking right now Frederick into the hairpin.
Oh, we actually have Marcus Lawrence's last lap was a 1:45, so definitely made a mistake there somewhere. Arnsman is right up the back of him with 5 minutes and a half to go.
So right now is happening a lot of stuff. So Daly overtook Frederick, which made him P7. Arsman is on the back of Lawrence. So Lawrence made a mistake. We have a battle for P12. And we have a battle for P14.
Yeah, as we go on board here, where Arnsman is right up to the back of Lawrence. There's less than half a second between these two. So Arnsman, definitely, if he gets any opportunity here, I think he has to take it. Actually, we see Lawrence already going a bit defensive, so not too confident about his pace over Arnsman, I think. Lawrence actually, his lap being a 1:45, I suspect he might have hit the curb on the previous to last turn. So we'll see how that plays out. There's now a back marker also that comes into play a bit there. Hopefully he will recognize that the leaders are right behind him. He will, because he takes a very wide line, so that's good to see. But Arnsman again, ooh, gets a bit loose there.
He's been doing that actually quite often, as I'm seeing Arnsman lap times, and he's been taking turn 1, the curb on turn 1, and he just oversteers. It's like the differential.
Actually, we've also had a change for position for P3 with De Jong and Layson. De Jong also last lap a 150, so there must have been a big mistake somewhere from De Jong, and that makes him drop out of the podium positions with only 3.5 minutes to go. Hopefully he can recover and try to get that P3 again. Sorry.
Yeah, he was faster than Leishon, so let's see if he can recover 2.8 seconds in 3 laps. Counting with this one, I believe.
But again, we see Arnsman here up into Sector 3. He's again right on the back of Lawrence, so this will be a thriller till the end of the race here. Arnsman actually threatening there with an overtake. See if he gets a better run here. Not quite, not quite. But Lawrence must definitely be feeling the pressure right now. Arnsman is all over him.
We don't know Rubik's. I know that Arsman has very good first sector.
Yeah, by the looks of it, he definitely seems to be gaining quite a bit just under braking alone already, so maybe...
He just loses a lot on the second sector.
Yeah, I think if he wants to make a move, it's probably gonna be he gets a good run out of T1 or something that kind, or Lawrence maybe has to make a little bit of a mistake for him to actually get through. Actually on the second to last lap here as we go to the hairpin here, and then we have the long run down the hill. Nothing to separate these two.
It's actually more interesting than I expected. Already expected the win to go to Lawrence, but mistake came in ended actually.
Yeah, definitely after that here. This will actually be the last lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
There we go.
Good.
So 1 minute to go until the official race time ends. Of course, they will finish this lap, but Arnsman, if he is gonna try something, he has to do it now. Actually, oh, very close to Lawrence there. I have a little bit of contact there, but oh, Lawrence is definitely struggling here a little bit. Arnsman right behind him. As we go into the fast right-hander. Yeah, Arnsman is definitely giving it his all. Lawrence equally so.
Ich bin Haus. She bin Haus. I don't know. Rubik's, come in here. Tell it. I don't know. I need a German.
Oh, but it looks like Lawrence is actually gonna hold on here as they go down the hill here. Arnsman surely has to try something if he wants to get P1 here. See if he tries anything. Oh, he's running really wide. Oh, that is gonna cost him the fight here. Unfortunately for Arnsman, just cracks under the pressure on his last lap, and this will surely see Marcus Lawrence having a clean run to the finish here. So.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go wide and do the inside line.
So Marcus Lawrence and in first for round 4 at Kyalami with Arnsman right behind. Great battle between the two. Then we have Layson here coming away with third after De Jong made a little mistake. Ends up in 4th. And he just bins the car there. Then we have Hawa here in P5, so top 5 finish for Hawa. That'll be he'll definitely be happy with that.
And Danese in P7, in P6 actually.
Yeah, the Danese P6, very nice. We have Dealey here in the last sector. In the meanwhile, we have had quite a bit of people pit already.
Yeah, but awesome job for Dealey.
Yeah, Dealey with a great
coming from the back.
Great recovery drive, certainly.
Like good job for the top drivers, but certainly he deserves the driver of the day.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think we'll try to get him in for an interview as well if we can. Friedrich here coming around the last corner with a very damaged McLaren, but still managed to keep it in P8. Peter Parnell with a very respectable P9 there with Fretwell right behind.
And Fretwell, yeah, right behind. I was seeing the battle as well as the battle for P1.
Meanwhile,
Fretwell have.
yeah, we've had John Ford finish, Kessel finished, Falkenberg crosses the line, Whip as well. We have one more finisher, being Ryan Daniels.
Yeah.
He'll be
And
the
it's the
last
last one, I believe.
Or is there anyone left? I
No.
don't believe so. So definitely a great race here today, and I don't think we expected it to be this close after 60 minutes between the first two drivers. We'll actually see now if we can drag someone in here. Firstly, let's try to get our race winner in here, being Marcus Lawrence. Hello, Marcus.
Hey, boy.
Is his microphone working this time? Let's see.
Hello.
Oh, here he is.
Hey, it's working.
So, P1 today seemed like a very close battle between you and Aaronsman there towards the end.
Yeah, holy shit, that was insane.
So, do you think? Because I think Aaronsman made a little bit mistake during the pit stop, because we saw when you came out you had about a 6-second lead over him, but he really put the pressure on there. Do you think maybe you were struggling a bit on tires because we did see your pace drop off a little bit towards the end, or what do you think allowed him to come so close to you at the end?
I think he just had better pace overall. I know I pitted first, but I came out in like loads of traffic, so I lost like a good few seconds, like trying to get through the back markers as well. Yeah, then he pitted, and he was 6 seconds back. I think he managed to gain like 3 seconds, and then for like the last 20 minutes, it stayed at 3 seconds. Then I came up to Domi, and I got a bit of like dirty air, and I turned in too much, and I hit that horrible curve on the second to last corner, and that pushed me right into the gravel. And then he was right on my tail for like the last like 10 minutes, I think.
Last 5 laps, yes.
Yeah, he definitely.
So yeah, that really threw me over, and then I just had to defend like the whole time.
Yeah, it definitely looks like if Aaronsman would is gonna do every race of the season, it could be really close between you guys because you seem really matched on pace on most of the tracks.
Yeah, he showed his potential in the last race. He qualified like in the top 4, and he had a run for like for P1 down the Minstrel Straight at Paul Ricard. So yeah, he's definitely got pace. I didn't expect him to be this quick. In fact, the whole field was a lot closer together during quali. I think the top 15 was covered by like 1 second, which is like the closest I think we've ever had.
Yeah, it was definitely great to see, and lots of fight up and down the field. But again, we're gonna congratulate you with the win, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you very much. See ya.
Goodbye. All right, so next we'll have a I think our driver of the day. We can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring Nick Dealey in here.
Hey.
Hello.
Congrats, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You had an amazing race. So, can you tell us what happened on the beginning of the race? Because we saw that you had an amazing qualifying, and then you just disappeared, and you were at the back of the field. What happened?
Yeah, I was quite surprised by the pace, actually, to be fair. Yeah, probably a little bit half disappointed I wasn't like in the top 5, but pretty happy, I think, with the top 10. Yeah, I think first of all, I need to apologise to Benny in the Triple Eight car. I think I tapped him at turn 1, which probably caused a bit of mayhem. So I'll accept any penalty for that for starters. Caught up with a couple of other incidents, which were just, I think, racing incidents at the end of the day. I think someone spun out of the penultimate corner and then just collected me. So had to wait for the entire field to go through. And then, just drove fast, I guess.
Yeah, we saw a lot of battles with you. I think you went up to or down to P26, I believe, or P23, and you climbed all the way to P7. So that's amazing. You were doing 42s compared to all the others around you that were doing 44s. So
Yeah, there's a 41.9 in there as well somewhere.
yeah, that was amazing actually. And so you actually qualified. Do you remember where you qualified? Because I actually don't remember. So
8th, I think it was.
oh, okay, yeah, because I remember that you actually were P3 on qualifying for a while.
Yeah, I went out for one final run, just a little too many mistakes really, and then I just dropped a few places as other people went faster.
Yeah, but great job. Actually,
Yeah,
congrats.
Yeah,
thank
congrats,
you.
Nick. Good drive. Okay, let's see. I think we'll have one more person coming in here. I'm deciding between either Layson or Robert Jan de Jong. What do you think?
Layson or Robert Chung de Jong? Actually, I don't know. You choose.
See, I'll try to get de Jong in here to see what happened towards the end of the race there.
Have both. Have a fight.
Yeah.
Who wants the rock, paper, scissors stays?
Hello.
You. What's up?
Hey.
How are you doing, Mr. de Jong?
I feel pretty pissed, to be honest.
So we didn't quite know what happened on stream. We didn't catch it, but towards the end you were running in P3 and all of a sudden you dropped down to P4. So what happened there?
Yeah, I was pushing so hard, like Layson. He was like really fast. He was doing 41s behind me, so I was pushing hard. And then two back markers in front of me crashed into each other. Or well, one guy crashed into the other guy, but when he rejoined, he just drove into me. So I got taken out hard. So yeah, it's something about ACC that just doesn't like me.
Well, at least you finished today, so that's something, right?
Yeah, I got at least some points for the team.
At least you can get out of your
at
least you can get out of your penalty points now.
Definitely.
But I mean, it'll be some good points for the Benny the Bentley team, right?
Yeah, definitely. Benny the Bentley is on the board with 2 players now, so we're looking to finish strong in the season. So yeah, looking good.
All right, congrats again on P4, and definitely showed your pace today. So looking forward to see you out there next round.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, Jong de Jong.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we're gonna wrap up the stream here. If anyone that liked the race would want to join in, you can go to www.pcdc.link for all your information and to join the Discord. We welcome people with all sorts of pace as long as you can keep your car safely on the track. We are happy to invite you to race with us. And there's only one thing left to say, and that is a farewell from me and Pedro.
Yeah, I have one thing to say too. If you want my PayPal information to send me money, you can DM me. And
goodbye, everybody.
I don't accept less than 1,000.